major sites, you'll find table VPIPs just like under 15, which is just ludicrous. And so those are the tables that you can really make some moves, and I wouldn't call them wild bluffs, but intelligent, you know, a little bit scary bluffs. And those are the situations we're looking for. But when you're at a really loose table where people don't fold, they can't find the fold button on the window, you got to be a little bit more selective. So nothing wrong with seeing a flop there with Queen Jack suited on the button. Could have been a lot of fun. And this is a good opportunity to throw in a raise. Since we'll have position, we got 2 Broadway cards, and this is basically a steal attempt against 2 nits in the blinds. And we see that because we've got 17-0. So we picked up a pretty decent C-betting flop. We can find it. And so he goes ahead and flats. And that should set off an alarm bell. When someone like this flats, it's usually they've got the ace. It's just when you put it in a poker stove and you analyze the hands, when someone plays like the top 26% or whatever, it's just they're always representing any sort of ace. And you know, certainly we've got nothing, and it's fine. We took a shot at it, and we didn't start spewing money after it was really indicated that they might have been floating us, and that's fine. But certainly we weren't getting them off their hand in that situation. And when you're facing some of these donkeys, the best thing to do is to just nut pedal, and you know, you take your shots in certain situations. There are good places to double barrel, but that certainly wasn't it. And we've got kind of a similar situation here. We're on a gut shot, and I don't think C-bet accomplishes anything. So we're just going to go ahead and check it. And he bets a buck. So we're getting 6-1, which is just with his stack. I mean, if he was full stack, I'd kind of be inclined to call. But as it is, like, man, it's all right. Because I mean, we could get runner spades, and that's basically an out and a half, and we could get our gut shot, which is 4 outs. So I mean, 5 outs. We were getting kind of the right money, but it's just the fact that he was so short. So we're obviously making our raise with the kings, and chances are everyone's going to fold here. The good thing is, through 14 hands, we've looked like a maniac. And so that really helps when you do pick up hands. Unfortunately, it doesn't help when you need to bluff. So, anyways, keep that in mind. Not a lot of people are paying attention to your table image at these stakes. I mean, they're roughly aware of, oh, is this person crazy, or is this person, basically really conservative and not playing a lot of hands. But in terms of, you see my sophisticated HUD stats here. This is pretty rare in terms of people that play online poker. It's not super rare though, so don't underestimate your opponents. And if you've got a ton of hands on someone, chances are they're intelligent enough to be doing some data mining in terms of legal data mining with bringing in hand histories from what they played. All right, so we're here with 89, and we're suited, and we get bet into. Unfortunately, it's a paired board, which really kind of makes things crappy, in addition to the fact that these guys aren't deep stacked behind. We're definitely getting odds to call here, and so we'll just go ahead and do that. And so we've got a straight draw, and we've got a flush draw. There's a lot going on, and that's the assumption that our outs are good, because they may not be with pocket sixes, pocket sevens, or pocket twos. But we're definitely going to be a bastard here and just raise it in, and hopefully our 15 outer is going to be good here. And we C-bet paired boards like every time, especially with overs. This guy says he folded ace deuce, which I doubt. But we go ahead and take it down. So, I mean, we represented something pretty huge there. And, I mean, we did. So, it's a high variance play, meaning, we'll hit, we'll not hit a lot of the time. But you do have some of that thing called fold equity, which can be really good and get people off much, much better hands. And, I mean, you said ace deuce here, right? I can't see him laying that down. So, we will see. But that was a very interesting hand and a good situation. All right, ace queen on the button at our cursed table, and we're gonna go ahead and make a raise. Ace jack here, it's pretty early in the hand, but we're just gonna go ahead and raise. I fold ace jack offsuit under the gun, and I'm not too keen on playing it here, but for the sake of the video, I mean, if you fold this, don't think that's a bad play. I actually think that's a pretty good play. This is not so great. We're gonna go ahead and check this one time. But we weren't happy about that player coming in and seeing that kind of flop because, I mean, it just hits him perfectly all the time. So we're just going to go ahead and get away from this one. I mean, the tighter the player and, you know, the higher the flop, the worse the situation gets when we just, you know, throw an air ball up there. We can't just blindly c-bet all the time when we miss. But, you know, yet again, queen king off, the thing is we have the position. And that's the difference between this time and before when we had queen king in the small blind. We faced a raise from under the gun. And so once again, this guy limps in. So we're popping that. And so this guy limp 3-bets huge. So although I don't think he's got a great hand, I know we don't. So I'm not going to get it in against him. And unfortunately, I think it's going to work because I think this guy's really kind of screwed me in this hand in terms of allowing this guy to do this. And we're getting in with 2s. And that was all too predictable. So if that was that guy's plan, it was a good one. And, you know, we're kind of sore at this guy for just limping. So we've got our ace jack here. And looks like we picked up a few hands. Yeah, we didn't have anything there. And we missed our set, so we're just folding. It's just funny how things will go completely right at one table and completely wrong at another. But you just got to wait for things to ideally just go well at all the tables, and that takes time. And it's a good lesson, even for the live poker players. I remember I was on a cruise and playing one of those electronic tables, and my wife was actually with me and playing, and I took this ridiculous beat to this guy who was drunk and called with a gut shot to a pot-sized bet and hit. And you know, my wife just said, "Be patient. You'll take his money." And sure enough, you know, like, what, you know, that's kind of why I married her. Great advice, and was always able to tell me what to do when I kind of freaked out and stuff like that. And sure enough, yeah, I did take his money later. So you just got to stay patient. So maybe this will be the last hand here with the queens. A guy who's folded 30 straight hands calls me in the big blind. Not happy at all about that. And we do have our overpair. So I'm just going to go ahead and show him just how strong we really are. We're hoping he doesn't put us on ace-king, because then it puts us in the bad situation. He'd probably shove over the top there. But you know, chances are he had something like 10s, or ace-king himself, most likely, just because someone who folds that often is really only getting in with a great hand. So anyway, this has been TightPoker.com, showing you some of the fun and exciting things that can happen at a full ring table, playing 50 no limit. Remember to play tight and aggressive, and you know, best of luck to you at the tables. Take care.